Season 1 of Windbreaker was peak. We had great characters, great fights, great visuals, great animation and whatever. But since every peak is followed by decline, did Season 2 live up to the hype? Short answer, not really. Long answer, so Season 2 started with a cliffhanger, Season 1 ended with a fight. Blue Jacket guys versus Favorin. Even though the fights were not half bad, the 1v1s from Season 1 were much better. Here's the thing, if you do something great once, it won't have the same effect the second time. But this fight didn't even have the same effect as the previous one, it was pretty mid. Antagonists in Season 1 had character, you could feel their aura. They had backstory to them, they had their own very introduction. You could feel that they are powerful. Even the protagonists felt challenged. They didn't even tell who the fuck this guy is, and it's supposed to be a gang fight? This is the most dogshit portrayal of a gang in an anime. In this one at least. Let's look at Draken, but he attracts the female gaze. For example, when he spoke the language of aura. When he walked, his feet made the sound of aura. This dude was literally aura farming the whole season until he smiled and let Sakura hit him like a bitch. But still, that made us love him and he was actually unique. Also, he had amazing backstory. Then let's look at the Mikey lookalike. I don't even need to explain him. But you get the point, the antagonists were unique, each person had their own character, we were witnessing all these fights for the first time, so it made them unique. Also their animation was insane, you could literally feel the aura from each fight, you could tell the antagonists were tough, which is why you saw so many people posting about it. Windbreaker is straight hands, the Windbreaker tournament was elite hands, Windbreaker jumpings are insane, Windbreaker is all hands the anime, Windbreaker is pure squabbles, Windbreaker is straight ignorance, Windbreaker got hands? What the fuck? Windbreaker is everything I wish Tokyo Revengers was. This anime is straight hands. Windbreaker has better fights than Naruto. You get the idea. But let's have a look at what Season 2 had to offer. Right off the bat, we had the Blue Jacket guys fight, which was pretty mid. I already explained it. So this fight was literally these dudes who look the same, act the same, talk the same, except for this guy, who's the leader, I guess. Their character doesn't even impress the viewer. All the viewer wants is for them to get the shit beaten out of them because they're bad. Imagine waiting a whole year because of that cliffhanger. I'm not talking about the manga readers. And then you see this fight. The Tokyo Revengers Takemichi dying cliffhanger was way better. And why am I comparing this with Tokyo Revengers? Is that even a question? But given that it's at the start of the season, we will let it slide. Oh wait, what is this? God damn, that's what I'm saying! They're spicing it up, holy shit! We're gonna get something new. I can't wait for the next week's episode. Damn, there's no tattoo guy in this one? But fair enough, we got to see character development. It was a light-hearted episode. I guess they need to calm things down a bit for now. We got to see Nobara and Tsundere Sakura, so it's fine. And no tattoo guy again? What was this episode? It could have been covered in 5 minutes. But hey, maybe they're preparing for something huge. That's why we saw so many different people. Wow, so this whole episode was the backstory of some side character I don't give a fuck about. Where the fuck is Tattoo Guy? There's no fucking way they're doing this. What the fuck? Why the fuck is this dude the center of attention? Where the fuck is Tattoo Guy? Man, I'm not even disappointed anymore. This is dog shit. But I guess they're providing fights at least. I've seen tons of these fights last season. Where the fuck is Tattoo Guy? Why are they edging Tattoo Guy? What the fuck is happening? After 20 minutes of unnecessary bullshit, we finally got Tattoo Guy. Let's go! I hope the next episode is centered around Tattoo Guy and not some strippers I don't give a fuck about. Thank God. We finally got to see him. There was no action, but at least we got to see him. Man, no fucking way they're edging this. Fuck this dog shit anime. One whole episode of backstory and no action. What the fuck is wrong with this shit? Yeah, so that was me the whole season. I waited 9 weeks to see no action of Tattoo Guy. This season was absolute garbage. The fights were nothing out of the ordinary, and all we saw was this fucking side character, whose gender or dressing preferences I have no problem with, before anyone comes at me for that. This was the most unnecessary season. We could have just had one episode for this character development, other for this guy, and other for the build-up for Tattoo Guy. But no, all we got was the same old shit. Man, I could have just watched Takamine-san. That shit had more plot than this whole season. How do I know? I read the summary on ChatGPT. Now if we compare both seasons, season 1 was way better. It gave us a unique experience. We had an antagonist loaded with aura like my nuts after No Nut November. We saw so much different shit happening. That shit was peak. But this season was disappointing. We got no out of the ordinary fights. It was the same shit we saw before. No fucking antagonist. We only had Tattoo Guy and they fucking edged him for 9 fucking weeks. And we saw no action from him. Bro, here's the thing. Sequels are like sex. You have the same shit over and over again. It gets boring. You gotta try different poses and different stuff for it to be fun. Imagine getting turned on and you're on the verge of climax and suddenly your partner says, actually, I got work to do, and leaves you there. That was this season in a nutshell. Man, this was a pretty big fall for an anime. Maybe it's just me and I expected too much of this, but I swear to God, it had so much potential. What do you guys think? I know most won't agree with me because they might think I have a problem with this character's personality, but no, I swear to God, I just wanted more of Tattoo Guy. If you made it here, just like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever the fuck it takes for the algorithm to pick this up. Come on guys, you're the only hope. I'm new, come on guys.